Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Airbnb Rentals Collapse to Near Zero. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help spread the word. Now, let's get started. The Airbnb hosting industry is collapsing so fast that hosts and homeowners can't believe what they're seeing. In the past, people with no experience in renting to the public were renting to some customers for weeks or months at a time on Airbnb, and they were making tons of money. It was amazing. They were getting back-to-back bookings and making a lot of money. This caused them to believe that they were real geniuses or prodigies in the real estate game, and they didn't even know it. Suddenly they're making money hand over fist. But suddenly in August or late summer, something really scary started to happen to these people. Their bookings fell off a cliff. Now they're getting zero bookings in the summer, and they're getting zero bookings for the ski season in November through January. And hosts are now talking to one another about zero occupancy rates on Facebook, Twitter, and Reddit. The experiences of hosts from all over the country, plus bookings and other data, show that occupancy rates may have fallen due to a variety of factors. There are many more hosts on the platform, prices have risen, and travelers may be cutting back. Pent-up travel demand after the lockdown drove bookings to record highs last year. Forecasting companies that track listings and occupancy rates for Airbnb and rival VRBO are starting to see this problem grow. In the third quarter, occupancy fell by 10% in one quarter. Guests are also having to pay more. Some say that the average daily rates for Airbnb and VRB are starting to climb, and there's no real reason for it. Why? If the rental rates bookings, I should say, if the rental bookings are declining, why are people raising their rates? Some speculate that maybe they're trying to make up for the losses and the reduced bookings by charging more per what booking they do have. Some people blame market saturation and the worsening economy that may be causing people to cut back on travel. Some people blame market saturation and the worsening economy that may be causing some people to cut back on travel. Some hosts are considering alternatives to renting their properties out on Airbnb. Still others appear to be giving up, especially those who bought second homes with the sole purpose of renting them on Airbnb. Can you imagine? You go out, you buy a second home, you get a second mortgage, you empty your bank account for that deposit, and what happens? No one's booking your home. Nothing. Now you're stuck with another mortgage, another home to maintain, another, insurance payment, HOA payment, utility payments, all that nonsense. Now the pressure's on. Guess what? Now these people are putting their homes back on the market. But what's happening? Interest rates are climbing. Harder to sell that house now. Its value is dropping. This could be one of those events or circumstances that destroys a lot of people financially. Now, some hosts are looking to get out of the short-term rental business, and they're looking at long-term rentals for their property. One host had about an 80% occupancy until April. Then in May, they went from 80% to zero. Imagine the shock of that. Some hosts slashed their prices in half and managed to get more bookings, but others have had no bookings since July. And just one booking for around New Year's Eve, which they said they'll probably cancel if they find a long-term tenant. Some people say they're trying to sell furniture from their Airbnbs. They think that a lot of people may have jumped into the Airbnb market, but now they're realizing it, and it's going south. It's turning out to be a disaster for these people. Some Airbnb hosts used to give their guests a laundry list of tax and rules and things that they had to do, and they had to pay a cleaning fee. But now, guess what? Clients are so scarce, they're not imposing any rules on them at all. Just please rent our Airbnb from us. Now, shares of stock for Airbnb have declined nearly 30% in the year to date. We suspect that a lot of hosts are seeing their rentals disappear, but that they still don't realize how widespread and pervasive this phenomenon is nationwide. We believe that in this economy, a lot of people no longer have the money to travel or vacation or even rent temporarily on Airbnb. When they were stuck indoors for 2.5 years, they were going nuts wanting to get out and have fun. Once they did that, they came back home and had even less money because of their vacation. So now what's happening is that they're cutting back like crazy. They look at rising prices and how insane inflation is, and they've decided that travel is out of the question. Some people are doing staycations. They're just taking time off around the house and enjoying their freedom. Putting food on the table is their number one priority. And after that, they need to keep a roof over their heads. So you can see how vacations tumble in priority. Nobody cares about that nonsense anymore if you're worried about the food bill. We suspect that we're now just seeing the beginning of this Airbnb implosion. Once more people realize how pervasive the problem is, we suspect that people who purchased a second or third home just to rent it out on Airbnb are going to run for the exits. They may start leasing them out for 6 to 12 months at a time, or they may just start selling their homes before the prices completely collapse or get worse. If that happens and a glut of Airbnb homes hits the market, then we believe this will drive the overall real estate market downward even faster. So, will this phenomenon begin to drive down Airbnb rental prices? Well, we suspect that it will. And once that happens, and it becomes even more difficult to make money as a host, then we predict something else will happen. We predict that Airbnb's stock will start collapsing even faster. Now, we don't give financial advice, but we do believe that the overall real estate market is going to be trending downward in general. We suspect that a lot of people who made great money over the last few years are going to get out of the Airbnb business. So, what effect will this have on hotels? Well, I would not want to be in the hotel business at this time. Some hotels are now so desperate for customers that they're considering doing deals with the cities they're located in to house the homeless. Now, think about this moronic idea. The cities are thinking of paying for them to stay at some really nice hotels, and what do you think will happen to a hotel that believes they can house both homeless and normal paying customers? Do you think that tourists will want to stay at a hotel that's full of homeless people, drug addicts, crackheads, and criminals wandering the hallways asking you for a cigarette every 5 minutes or staring inappropriately at your daughter in the hallways? I suspect that any hotel that decides to do that will see their valuations drop so far and so fast that their resale value may also go to zero. We also believe that the crime rate in these hotels will explode and cause such a liability headache for the owners that the lawsuits will start flying almost immediately. So what's the core problem behind all of this? Well, we believe that most normal everyday people have now seen their disposable income vaporize. It's gone. It's not there anymore. What they were able to spend money on a few years ago for fun, now that's no longer the case. Did you know that Disney World has now raised some of its park prices to as high as $179 per person per day? Isn't that incredible? That doesn't include food or drinks or t-shirts or Mickey Mouse dolls. An ice cream bar at Disney World can be as much as $6. That means a family of 4 will pay $24 for a little ice cream that they'll eat in just a couple of minutes. And guess what? Once they finish that ice cream, it's still hot as heck at Disney World. So 5 minutes later, they want something else to eat or drink. It's starting to look like the only people who will soon be able to afford any vacation at all will be the upper class. I really don't know if the middle class or whatever is left of it will be able to vacation at places like this anymore. Going to Disney World is a beautiful fantasy, but it's going to be very expensive for most people, if not completely unaffordable. Good luck. Thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new show. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help spread the word. Thank you, and we shall talk to you soon. Bye-bye.